Hi there, Plush here. And a little bit of a quick video because some news just came in that's really just kind of a bad and sad news for emulation, along with just being sort of a dangerous thing when it comes to, in my opinion, video game ownership when it comes to digital licenses. Earlier, as of recording this, about 14 hours ago, this post was made in the Discord for Xbox Emulation Hub, which is the main server for homebrew and emulation on the Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Xbox Series S. At retail mode, at everyone, at Patreon supporter. It's been a good run, guys. As of today, it looks like Microsoft finally decided to fight back and that faster takedowns weren't good enough. Link. Error 0x87E1002D. This game or app can't be launched as it violates the Microsoft Store policy. If you want any hope of retail mode emulation ever making a comeback, now is the time to fight them on it. Take it to Twitter, take it wherever you can, and complain to Xbox about the decision. So what are our current options for emulation on Xbox? Dev mode is still very much an option. You can either pay the stupid $20, €20 fee, or you can simply make a new account, say, to Turkey and pay $2, €2, literally 1/10 the price. If your currently installed retail mode apps still work, this will likely not last long, and they probably already don't work anymore. Will I continue doing retail mode uploads from here on out? Probably not. Unless this gets resolved, I'm going to focus on publishing weekly dev mode updates in dev announcements with our specialized cores for RetroArch. Also in the server was this update just letting people know that the actual Discord server is staying up and giving some information for dev mode users to not use, and informing dev mode users to not be inside the Xbox Insider program due to a brick issue. To sum it up, for those of you who didn't know, the Xbox Series S and X, along with the Xbox One, has two different modes to it. Retail mode, which is the version of the Xbox that you see on every console. It's where you just sign on, you put in your game, you do whatever. It's the main version, the main firmware that you find on the Xbox. Dev mode refers to another firmware that is on the Xbox, supported by Microsoft, that costs money for you to access. Retail mode apps just simply refer to any sort of application that could be ran while in retail mode. So, as in, these apps could be ran by anyone with an Xbox as long as they knew how to access it. Retail mode apps usually only needed you to have the link to the app and then to put it into your Xbox's Microsoft Edge browser, download it, run it, and it worked. That's basically the long and short of it. Dev mode is a little bit more complicated. We're not going to go too much into it. Basically, what's been going on is that Microsoft has taken the initiative to not only crack down on any uploads of emulators or other applications through to retail mode, they've also revoked the licenses on these applications. So even if you have these already on your console, you're not able to access them, period. This I can even confirm. This all happened while I was at school. I was not able to check this before work, and I only just now got to check, and I can confirm that yes, it is not working. As you see, this is me attempting to launch the PlayStation 2 emulator, Xbox Series X's XBSX2, a fork of PCSX2. Trying to launch it brings up that error. Same with the file transfer program that I would use to access the internals of the Xbox. And same even with other apps. For example, if I were to try to run Dolphin, doesn't work. If I try to run RetroArch, doesn't work. Only games that are officially licensed by Microsoft to be on the console are working. Nothing else. Big issue, in my opinion, not just because of the fact that emulation is not technically illegal. You should be able to emulate your games. It's piracy of ROMs that's illegal, and you can get ROMs of your games without pirating them. Emulation is not illegal. But also, Xbox has demonstrated that if they want to, they can revoke your license for anything on the Xbox. So, my worry is more along the lines of buying a game, not having the physical version, and then Xbox maybe one day decide, you know what, we don't like having this game on our store. And so they take it off the store and delist it. But instead of just leaving it at that, what if they take it a step further and say, well, we don't have the license to distribute, so we're going to revoke the licenses from our players. Now, obviously, they're not going to just do that outright. It would cause a big outcry if they did that with something you had to pay for or anything that you have that's like actually been licensed. I can see this happening though with maybe, for example, lower quality games, indie games, or games that they might not own the license to anymore. Especially if the license owner calls up Microsoft and goes, hey, I want you to take this down. That is a possibility. And the fact that that's a possibility is bad, in my opinion. We should be able to run these programs on our consoles if we want to. Microsoft is allowed to take off anything that's on their store. That is not something I'm going to debate. But they should not be able to take programs off of our Xboxes that we have on there that we don't delete ourselves. At least in my opinion. This issue was also brought up by Gamer13, a big name in the Xbox emulation side, being one of the people to actually bring up this issue in this tweet, saying, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a good run, but now we've no choice but to... I'm gonna be honest, I'm assuming that the hashtag is supposed to be let us emulate. I don't know. The tweet reads weird. Essentially, Gamer is trying to rally people to stop this, to reverse this decision so that people can access these emulators and whatnot in retail mode. There are a lot of reasons why this should be a thing. For one, dev mode is something you gotta pay for. Sure, it may only be a one-time $20 fee, but that also requires you to pay Microsoft for something that maybe some people who have an Xbox and have it in retail mode might not have at the moment. Especially with how the economy is going right now, money is a little bit tight for people, and some people might just not want to spend extra money where they don't need to. If they already have an Xbox, why then disallow them from putting whatever they want on their Xbox and put it behind a paywall? The second issue, obviously, is that retail mode is a lot easier to work with than dev mode, which, either way, you can definitely find guides online. But also, a third thing is that dev mode is a lot more unstable. Fourth thing is that dev mode has been retracted by Microsoft before off of accounts who have not published applications, which is a big issue if Xbox emulation is locked behind dev mode, because then you have all these people who just want to play their games on their Xbox, whatever games it may be, and they might not be able to, or they might suddenly find that they can't access dev mode anymore because Microsoft decided, you know what, you haven't actually uploaded anything to the store. Let's just remove your right to, or not, let's just remove your ability to access dev mode. It's just a huge mess, in my opinion, especially with the fact that Xbox, at least in the last couple of years, has been pretending like they have been for emulation of older games and for preservation of these older games, while at the same time taking one big swoop and making it so that no one can easily emulate their games. Now, to be fair, a lot of these emulators are available through dev mode, and a lot of these emulators are also on the computer, depending on which one you talk about. RetroArch is literally everywhere. As I said earlier, XB or XBSX2 is a fork of PCSX2, so that's available as well. But that doesn't change the fact that these are now much harder to get onto the Xbox and is now gate kept. I don't know. I'm already a bit rambly, so I may as well cut it here. I apologize for the uh, presentation. The news came out earlier today, and I wanted to make a news video that I hope I can get out by tomorrow. So thank you for joining. I promise that my next video is going to be scripted. I've been working on a script. I am bad at scripting. And have a great day.